Alright, hey, last time we met, you made this, had your parts and your assembly. Beautiful. Today we're going to make a couple changes to this. We're going to look at the Fillet tool for the first time right up here. I'm going to click on that and it says, what do you want to edit, or fillet, sorry. And I want to edit fillet that edge and this edge and that edge. Same at that one. So I'm just clicking around on the edges that I want to fillet as I go. They are getting added over here. If I clicked on one I didn't want, I could delete it and then I could try again. So I'm going to add a few more here, and then we're going to make a fillet radius circular at 0.5. We're going to round those out pretty good. So it'll look something like that when we're all done. You could grab that and kind of modify it. Ooh, I went too much. So if you go too big, it's going to cause some errors, but I'm going to stick with 0.5 for that thing. Beautiful. Checking it. The other thing we're going to take a look at is part color. So these ones, sometimes parts end up too close color for me, but these ones are alright, but let's learn about it. Over here, we got an appearance panel. I'm going to click on that. Then I can change maybe my gray one to orange and check. Okay, and this is helpful sometimes when you're trying to identify parts easily and make sure that when you're communicating with somebody that you can do so effectively. And then it will update inside of your assembly as well, and then we can see the motion a little bit as well. Now, so we made these changes to the part, and we need to double check we didn't need to do anything. Oh, we're going to make it another slot on the bottom of this thing. So if I click on my part, I'm going to make a slot in the bottom of this thing, and I'm going to make a new sketch right there on the bottom. Rotate to the bottom. We're going to keep it central, so I'm going to put 2 circles here, right? 2 circles, and if we look at, we're supposed to be 2 diameter and then 2 from the center, and then got tangent lines on it. So I got 2 and dimension and 2. We're going to be dimensioning to the center point. It should be 2, and notice it starts to get black. It is black because it's not moving left and right because of the 2 I put in. And it's not moving up and down because when I clicked that first time, it put in a horizontal constraint with the center point, right? So make sure you click in the right spot. Otherwise, it's not gonna, you're going to need an extra dimension to get this thing. Then I'm going to push L. I'm just going to create a line right there. I'm going to push L once again. That cancels it. L again to start a new one because I wanted another line. Okay. Now I'm going to push T. Watch right there. That is the tool I wanted. Shortcut was T. For tangent, I'm going to make these edges tangent. I over constrained it with that one because it already was tangent because it was parallel with something else. So I pushed Control and Z to undo that one. Let's go T again. Oh, and we're good to go. Now I've got a couple pieces hanging off the ends. I'm going to push M for my trim tool. The shortcut is trim. M. And I'm clicking on those pieces I don't need on the outside edge, and we could even clean up the inside so we have our slot. And I'm going to go ahead and push green checkbox. Then let's go ahead, S for shortcut key, extrude, and we're going to extrude that. And we're not going to add, we're going to remove. This time we're going to do it a little bit different. We could set a depth for it, right? Maybe not cut all the way through, maybe cut all the way through. It's only merging with part 1 right now, so if I wanted to cut into that part, I could by adding it to the merge scope. I'm not going to do that. Then I got blind right here. Instead, I'm going to say up to face, and then it's going to ask me to select a face, and it will cut up to that face, which goes through this part. And that looks good. So now that we've got our fillets and our slot cut in, we changed some colors, we are going to update our drawing. So we made changes and they are now being reflected over here. We learned about this earlier, but this is a good thing for us to double check on. So if we get to a final drawing and we need to make changes, we can update those drawings. So I need to click on our update from this workspace. And you'll see these edges will get filleted, and then our slot will show up. And now that our slot is there, we need to dimension it so we know where the slot is. We should have put on that last drawing, we got radius half, and then I could put a note, all radius. I didn't need an extra enter on there. All radius 1/2. Then I'm going to dimension this. Let's pull that to the outside of the object. It is in the center, so let's get at, but we'll go ahead and measure from 3 inches from the edge. We'll go ahead and get this on here, 4 inches diameter there, and our length there, and everything else looks solid. We could get one to the center point. Let's go ahead and get that then right here, 3 inches to the center. Oh, and it changed this one. We don't have an overall anymore, so that one's not very helpful anymore. Let's go ahead and change that. Right, so. And we look pretty good now. This one got messed up too because of the extra radius, so I'm going to go ahead and put the overall. This one's not very useful. And the only one that needed an update was on here. We didn't change that. I wonder why that gave me an error on that one. I'm going to go ahead and just redo it. Oh, it was because of the radius. It got changed. And we'll go ahead and add that on there. And now our parts are updated. Our drawings are updated. We put in dimensions for the extra slots and our radius. And we learned about color change. Wow, what a day. Good luck.